Okay, hi everyone, I'm Tiwa from Wiser Biker, and today I'm going to give you a review of the Triban RC120. Now, before we start, I must thank Decathlon Singapore for lending us this bike to make this review possible. Okay, I've got quite a lot to tell you, so let's get going. Now let us take a look at the specification of the Triban RC120. It comes with two different versions, basically a drop bar and a flat bar variant. And the one that I'm riding on is obviously the flat bar version. The frame is made of 6061 aluminum and it is equipped with a carbon fiber fork. Now this combination makes the bike feel very stiff to ride, and at the same time it is actually comfortable because the carbon fiber fork absorbs the vibration from the ground. As for the group set, it is using Microshift R8, which is a 2x8 16-speed combination. For the chainring, it is using 50-34 combination. As for the cassette, it's an 11-32 speed. Now, I've been using it for my commuting rides, and surprisingly, this combination actually is very sufficient for my daily usage. Now, I'm glad that they didn't use a 3-speed in front because that would be not necessary for this kind of ride, and it will just be more dead weight to the bike. Now this bike has got aluminum wheel sets, and it is tubeless ready aluminum wheel sets. Right now it's fitted with a 700 by 28C Triban Protect tires. Now in my own opinion, it's definitely good to have the option to go tubeless in case I want to change it to a wider tire and go lower pressure in the future. Right now it's fitted with only 28C tire, which, well, it's good for city roads, but I definitely would love to have something wider. Finally, for the brakes, it is using Pro Max mechanical disc brake fitted with 160mm disc rotors. Now, even though it's not a hydraulic disc brake, but I think the performance is sufficient for me and it does the job. So how does it actually feel like riding on the RC120, and especially on a flat bar version? Now, I feel that the geometry is more upright, which is very comfortable for daily commutes. And I've been riding it, I can go long distance with this without feeling tiring for my back. So what does that mean? It really means that the riding on this bike is very comfortable and it's very relaxing. For those of you who are concerned about the speed, if you're wondering whether this bike can still go fast, well, I have no problem maintaining at 27 to 30 kilometers per hour on an average. And if I need to, I've ever brought it up to 45 kilometers max. However, the only flaw is that I wish they come with wider tires, since we are already talking about comfort, and this 28C tire could be just a little bit shy of what comfort is about. Okay, so well, let me tell you more about what I like and what I don't like about this bike. Alright, so let us look at the components in detail. First, let's take a look at the frame. It is an aluminum frame, 6061 aluminum, and it is equipped with a carbon fiber fork. And it's fitted with 50 by 34 chain ring and 11 by 32 T cassette. So for the wheel set, it is aluminum wheel set, but it is tubeless ready. And for the tire, it is using Triban Protect 700 x 28C. Lastly, for the brakes, it is a mechanical disc brake by Pro Max, and it's fitted with 160mm disc rotors. And we've got an ErgoFit system, Decathlon's own saddle fitted on this bike. So basically, every component that we see on this bike are Decathlon's in-house components. Even the Microshift shifters are printed with Decathlon's logo. Okay, so let me tell you more about what I like about the Triban RC120. Top of my list, it is definitely going to be comfort. The comfort of riding this bike. Now, the Triban RC120 was originally designed as an endurance road bike, and therefore the geometry is already more relaxed and more comfortable to ride on. But Decathlon was very smart to fit with a flat bar, because once they fit a flat bar on this RC120, it doesn't only make it a very comfortable endurance bike, but it makes it a very comfortable endurance and commuting bike. So imagine on a drop bar, your posture will be like this, and now with a flat bar, you see the difference of the angle of the back. Now, part of this comfort is also contributed by the carbon fiber fork we have here. And note that there are not many bikes in the market that is at this price point and can offer you a carbon fiber fork. But Decathlon did it on this RC120. And well, with this carbon fiber fork, it absorbs the vibration that you pick up on the road. Now, another good thing about this bike is the functionality of it. So as you can see, there are a whole lot of mounting points on different position of the bike, and I have got no problem adding rear rack or front rack or mud guards to add other pannier bags or accessory bags on this bike. Now, because having a flat bar, it makes mounting bags and racks in front much easier, because when you have a drop bar, the main concern is that the shifters may be obstructed when you have accessories in front, such as a carrier rack or other bags. Especially if you're considering to mount a front carrier rack or accessory bags on the handlebar. If you're having a drop bar version, then you might experience difficulty or obstructions when you are trying to shift, because the drop bar shifter may hit the racks or the bags that you have mounted on. Whereas for this flat bar, there will be no problem at all. As for the gear size combination, now this 50 and 34 chainring paired with the 1132 cassette is sufficient to handle most of the terrains that we face on a day-to-day basis on your commute. So I find that this combination is really sufficient. Now, I also like the shifters. These micro shift 2x8 shifters, as well as the derailleurs, they are actually performing very well. From my own experience, I've used Shimano once before, and I can hardly tell the difference because the shifting is very smooth and the indexing is very accurate. Finally, I want to tell you about the wheels. I think some people may overlook this, but I must tell you that this wheels has got some good value in them. It being a tubeless ready is one of its biggest value. Now, when we have a commuter bike like this, you may want to fit it with wider tire and run it on lower pressure. And with that in mind, you may even think of going tubeless, because tubeless tires allows you to go wider and go at lower pressure. So when you're thinking along that line and you consider that these wheels are already tubeless ready, it saves you a lot of money and trouble when you think of this upgrade. Well, we can't find the official limit of the tire currents on Decathlon's website, but I've tried fitting 38C tires on them and it's got no problem. And since we are at the topic of tire currents and tire size, then let me tell you what I don't like about this bike. And the number one thing I don't like about this bike is the tires that comes with it. Now, I would think that one of the big reasons that we have a flat bar over a drop bar is to make the bike more comfortable. But if that is the objective, then we should fit it with a more comfortable tire. So 28C is definitely not the best option. We can always put, minimally we should put a 32C or even the max of a 38C tire to squeeze out the maximum comfort of this whole bike. Another thing that I don't like about this bike are the external cable routings. Now, you can see all the cables are actually exposed, both the brake cables as well as the shift cables. Now, there are two things bad about having external cable routing. Number one is that it is more susceptible to wear and tear. Imagine you ride and then it catch a lot of sand and dust and it corrodes much faster. Number two is when it comes to mounting different accessory bags onto the frame itself, these external cables can obstruct the mounting of the bags. Or rather, when I mount accessory bags, it will obstruct these cables from functioning well. The third thing I don't like about this bike is the handle grips that comes with it. While this can be a personal choice kind of thing, but I personally prefer to have something that is more ergonomic, something that has got wider contact points for me to rest my palm on, so it can take away some of the pressure from my arm and makes it more comfortable to ride on a long distance. Now, the last thing about this is the price. Now, instead of saying that it's something that I don't like, I would rather say that it is something that we find weird. Now, when we look at the price tag of this bike, it is priced at $659.99 Singapore dollars. And And then you would think twice, because for a Decathlon bike, a RC120 to be priced at this, you will feel that, how come it feels like a little bit expensive? Now, don't get me wrong, just look at the components in detail. We got a good quality aluminum frame, a carbon fiber fork, and tubeless radial wheels. So looking at all these components and the price, actually it is still a very good deal. But I guess that in the past, Decathlon is able to offer this at a much lower price, but amidst the industry-wide kind of price hike, even the sports giant themselves is not immune to it. So who is this bike for? In my opinion, I think this bike is for people who are looking for a good quality hybrid bike for various kinds of rides, such as leisure riding, commuting, or exercising. Another group of people is that if you don't want to ride on a road bike or drop bar specifically, then this will be a good option for you. Lastly, if comfort and efficiency is on the top of your list, then the Triban RC120 is a well mixture of both for you. Now, I'm really keen to hear for those of you who have ridden the Triban RC120, and or if you are using it right now, do let us know what are your comments about this bike. And you can always drop a comment in the comment box below. Alright, thank you very much. That's all I have for you today for the review of the Triban RC120. I hope you like what we say today, and please do remember to like and subscribe to the channel and give us your support.